whether or not that they practice lockdowns and drills like this. So if something, God forbid, was to happen like it did today, that they would know what to do and how to react.
I would say they probably do. They seem to be very, very well aware of how to do it, and they're good at it. I've never heard of them to do it, but I'm sure that they do. Our kids come home, once a week saying that they have a fire drill, so I'm assuming that also includes.
Right. And you have a friend that works here at the Sandy Hook School. What have you heard?
Well, I just heard there's mixed reports going on right now, but I heard that the principal had been injured, and there's 2 shooters. Also that the children are now safe with their respective parents.
And we should point out not all children we can't account for. Right now, I just had a word with the assistant fire chief who said they're still at the school right now going through and trying to account for each student. To make sure that they know where everyone is, if any students are injured, who those students are, and any more students that need to be treated. So still a fluid situation going on right now at the Sandy Hook School. So Dave, thank you very much for joining us this morning. We're glad your children are safe, and good luck to you guys. And Logan and Lori, I can also tell you that I've seen members from the FBI, the ATF, and as Lori was talking about before, various agencies here from the state that are still responding. Just a few minutes ago, there were still ambulances leaving from the Sandy Hook School here on Dickinson. They didn't have their lights or sirens on. They were just pulling out as normal. So that could either be a bad thing, meaning there were no more people to transport to the hospital, or they were still accounting for the injured at that point, and they were too gravely injured to be transported. Definitely a situation that we're keeping an eye on here, and we'll report back just as soon as we learn more. Back to you guys.
Anthony, I know you're at the fire department there, and it's hard to get more information. We've been reading some tweets that possibly a student's father might have been the shooter. Are you getting any information concerning that?
No, Logan, unfortunately, all that information is still being held close to the vest by authorities. We're, again, as we've been talking about, waiting for that press briefing from the state police where hopefully all those details will be released. But as that father just mentioned, we heard that the principal possibly was among the injured here. In fact, I just saw Governor Malloy has just arrived here on scene with his staff. He's heading into the schoolyard right now with Sandy Hook School. So Governor Dannel Malloy has now responded here to this very tragic day in Newtown, where we're hearing reports of multiple people shot after a gunman stormed into classrooms into this school and opened fire. And we are hearing, again, that there were fatalities associated with this situation. So again, the governor coming here to lend his support, his help, and sort of figure out what's next for this town and what's next for the state.